Hi everyone, welcome back to Nat's Life. As you know, myself and Katie are going to Disneyland Paris soon, so I thought I'd just go through our itinerary and what we plan to do when we get there. I hope you enjoy it. We are going from Monday the 12th of September to Thursday the 15th, and we are staying 3 nights in Hotel New York, which is an on-site hotel at Disneyland Paris. So on Sunday the 11th of September, Katie's going to come round here, bring all her stuff, and that's when we're going to do our packing, because we've only got one case to share between us. We're only going for 4 days, so we shouldn't, fingers crossed, need a lot of stuff, just like t-shirts and things for the day, and then something a bit nice to get changed into at night. So Katie's going to come round here on the Sunday, sleep over here Sunday night, and then we're going to travel from here to the airport on the Monday morning. So excuse me if I'm looking down, I've got it all printed out here. On the Monday, we've got to wake up around 4 AM because we are flying at 6:50 from Doncaster. So, like I said, Katie will stay over here on Sunday night. We'll get up, get dressed, drive to the airport, which is about 10-15 minutes down the road, check in. Check-in's usually 2 hours before, so flying at 6:50, it'll be about 4:50 that we check in. We'll get some breakfast at the airport and then fly at 6:50 from Robin Hood Airport to Paris Charles de Gaulle. That gets us into Terminal 2 in Paris at 9:25 AM. So pick our cases up, go through customs and everything. That shouldn't take too long, although with the whole EU thing, I don't know, I just hope that goes smoothly. And then we have prepaid to get the VEA Navette shuttle from Charles de Gaulle Terminal 2F to Disneyland Paris. We actually booked that through Disney, or you can pay for it at the airport. It's all on the website. I think it's about €30 per person per way, which, okay, is not great, but when you start looking at taxes, it's for 2 people, it's a bit more, and I'd rather just go on the bus because we know what we're doing. I think the first bus is 9:15, which obviously we will miss, but then there's a bus every half an hour, so we plan to get on the bus at 9:45, which gets us at Hotel New York at about 11 AM, depending on drop-offs and things. Hotel New York is the second to last drop-off. There's 7 Disney hotels, and then they also drop off at the the bus terminal at Disney. So Hotel New York is the second to last drop off before the Disneyland Hotel. So that should get us to the hotel for 11 AM. We'll check into our room, check in at reception. We can leave our bags at reception. Leave our bags at reception with the hotel, and the hotel will take them up to our room at 3 o'clock when they're ready. So that means we don't have to come out of the park or mess about or anything. Probably won't need to get changed or anything. And then we're straight out into the park, and we'll have probably from about 11:30 onwards in the park on the Monday. Hopefully, with it being the 12th of September, all the kids have gone back to school. It'd be like 2 weeks into the school term, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it should be quiet. And then that night, we are planning to have our dinner at Le Bistro Chez Remy, which is in Walt Disney Studios in the new Ratatouille area. That part, Walt Disney Studios, they've just released times last week. That part closes at 6 PM, so we've not booked our meals yet because I think it's about 70 days before we go, and it's 60 before you can book, so sometime next week I'm going to phone up and book our meals. We actually get our, with our booking, we got 30% off, and we got free half-board meal vouchers in with our package, so all the restaurants and places that we're eating, we are covered as part of our meal, or we pay a little bit extra. We get 1 meal voucher per person per night of our stay, so that covers our dinner. And then we also get a token, a pause gourmand or a tea time treat, which is 1 hot drink and 1 snack, so it's a donut or a magnum per day that we're in the park. Yeah, so that night first night, Monday night, we're eating at Le Bistro Chez Remy in Walt Disney Studios. Like I say, as that park closes at 6 o'clock, but then Disneyland Park is open till 9, depending on how tired we feel, because obviously we've been up since 4 AM, we'll probably have our dinner and then maybe go back into Disneyland Park for an hour, maybe do a couple of rides, and then come out, have a wander back through Disney Village on our way back to the hotel, and that is night 1 in Hotel New York. So the next day, our first full day in the parks, is Tuesday the 13th of September. We're gonna wake up quite early, hoping, I'm 99% sure that breakfast opens at 7 AM. If it doesn't, it's definitely 7:30. So either one of those. I'm hoping if breakfast opens at 7, we'll get down for breakfast at about 7, and then that gives us an hour to have a nice breakfast, get ready, get sorted, and get into the parks for 8 AM, because we get extra magic hours. We get 8 while 10 in Disneyland Park, where some of the rides, some of the Fantasyland rides and things like Buzz Lightyear and Space Mountain are open in Discoveryland. So we've got 2 hours to do all those, take pictures, see characters on Main Street if it's a bit quieter, do all that kind of thing. And then at 10 AM or just before 10 AM, usually this is what I kind of do when I go with my family, so this is probably what I'll do with Katie as well. We'll come out of Disneyland Park and go over to Studios for 10 AM so that we can get in and get on things like Ratatouille and Tower of Terror, and we'll have probably most of the morning in Walt Disney Studios. I'm quite interested actually this time because there's a couple of new things happening in Studios. There's like this Mickey and the Magician, and what else is new? Oh, obviously like Kate's going to want to do Rock and Roller Coaster, which is something that I won't do, so that'll be something for Katie to do. Tower of Terror, Toy Story Playland. We want to try and get on Crush as well. So that'll be Tuesday morning, or however long it takes us on Tuesday, I don't mind. And then on... Oh, something else I forgot to mention. At breakfast, what we'll actually be doing for lunch is obviously we get our tea with the meal vouchers. At breakfast in our hotel, they do little like bread cobs and cheeses and meats and things. So we're gonna make some sandwiches at breakfast, take into the parks with us. I just find that that's hell of a lot cheaper, you know, rather than paying like 10-15 euros for a burger in the park and queuing up for an hour. I just think it's a better use of time and money and energy to take some sandwiches into the parks with us. So that'll be our lunch throughout the time at the parks. And then Tuesday night we're planning to have our tea at Walt's, which is on Main Street. That night I think we're looking to eat between about 7:30 and 8 o'clock-ish, so we can leave the park, get a shower, get changed, come back into the park, have our tea at Walt's, and then go back out to see Dreams, which is at park closing, which is at 9 o'clock on that night. And then also something that I've always really wanted to do, and I've seen people that have done it on like Twitter and Facebook and things, have a nice slow walk, have a nice look around the shops, but try and wait as long as we can and be one of the last ones out of the park so that we can get photos on Main Street, you know, when it's empty and it's all lit up and it's lovely. I really want to do that, so that's something, fingers crossed, that I really want to do. So yeah, any shopping on Main Street, try to be the last in the park, fingers crossed, and then obviously back to Hotel New York for night 2. Wednesday the 14th of September, pretty similar again. Get up, breakfast at 7, extra magic hours in Disneyland Park, 8 while 10. See how we feel about going back into Studios at some point. Lunch of sandwiches again. There is a couple of places that I do want to try. Apparently Videopolis do a veggie burger that I'd like to try, so maybe on the Monday when we get there, if we're hungry, we might do that. But we are eating quite early that night, so I don't know. Yeah, so Wednesday night will be our last night. So we're gonna finish the trip off in style and come in and get changed, and then we're gonna go into Inventions, which is in the Disneyland Hotel, and that's where I normally eat. If you watch my vlogs from last year, from when I went at Christmas with my dad, that's where we always eat, so I really wanted to show Katie in there. And to me that's a trip to Disney's, eating Inventions with the characters, and that's the one our meal vouchers don't cover, so they only cover part of it. So I think I worked it out. I think we pay something like about 27 euros extra, because Inventions is quite expensive, but I do feel that it is worth the money, and for 27 euros I'm not going to mind paying that for the last night. It's something that we are prepared to pay and that we are aware of, so Yeah, so we're probably going to eat quite late that night with it being our last night, so about 8 o'clock-ish. So we can stay a bit later in the parks, because then obviously the parks close at 9 again, so it'll be nice as well. I think by then the Main Street station refurbishment should be done, so all the scaffolding will be done, because when you're in Inventions you can actually see down Main Street, so you can see like the top third of the castle, so you can see a bit of Dreams, so that'll be nice to watch as well. Sometimes they let you go out on the balcony and watch it, so we'll definitely be doing that. Day 4, Thursday, get up at 7 AM. That day, obviously on Wednesday night, will be our last night, so we would have to pack, make sure that we're almost ready by the time before we go to bed. Get up at 7 AM on Thursday morning. We then take our cases downstairs to the luggage drop. They will keep them at the hotel for us. And then we'll go back out into the parks for 8 AM, have extra magic hours, do everything that we want to do, get everything last rides in, and then we'll be leaving the park, depending on what bus we get, how we feel, between 4 in the afternoon and 4:30, because, let me just check this. Yeah, I've put leave the park at 4 PM. Probably won't need to get changed, that's okay. Pick the cases up, go back to the hotel, pick the cases up from the hotel, and then the airport shuttle will be collecting us from the hotel to take us back to Charles de Gaulle there's one at 4:40 and I think there's one at something past 5, and the 4:40 one gets us in at 6:05, whereas the one at 5 o'clock gets us in at 6:50. So check-in opens at 6:45 for our flight. So yeah, check-in at airport 6:45. So we'll probably have something to eat at the airport, or sometimes we might, get some snacks at Disney, depending what we can get, whether we can take it through security to eat at the airport, but that's fine, we'll get something to eat at the airport. And then we are flying at 8:45 and we're actually flying back to Birmingham. I got an email yesterday, we had planned to fly back at 8 o'clock to Doncaster. I got an email yesterday from Flybe saying that our flight had been cancelled at 8 o'clock and they put us onto one at 10 AM on the Thursday morning, so I was like, whoa, can't be doing that, we'll lose a day in Disney. So I phoned them up, spoke to some people, did some stuff, and they've managed to get us back on the 8:45 flight, Charles de Gaulle to Birmingham. So it's a bit of a faff because it means we've now got to work out how we're going to get back from Birmingham, but to be fair, at that point we'll have had 4 days in Disney, we'll be knackered. We'll see what happens if we have to get a taxi, if we have to get someone to come and pick us up. We'll work it out, we'll see what we can do. Yeah, so I think that's it. So we've got 4 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday in the parks, obviously travelling Monday morning, last flight back on Thursday night. So yeah, it's looking like it's going to be a really, really good trip and I'm so excited. I can't wait to show Katie everything. Obviously I went to Florida with her it's actually 2 years ago, kind of this week. We went from the 1st of July onwards. 2nd of July onwards. So I'm like looking back at photos and things, and it was 2 years ago this week that we went to Florida. So I can't wait to go and show Katie everything. And obviously she's seen loads of videos and photos, and I've told her loads of stuff about Disney, and it'll be nice to actually show her my park. So and I'll be vlogging it as well, so I'll be sharing it all with you guys. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, remember to give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Nat's Life, if you're not. If you've got any other questions about Disney or about my trip or anything you want to know, this'll be, I think it'll be my 19th trip to Disneyland Paris. So if you want to know anything about Disney, about Paris, about bookings, any more information, if you want any of the links, I'll try and leave some of the links down below to the website and the shuttle. Let me know, leave me a comment, message me, and I'll get back to you. Thank you, bye!